So, this is a response to the video about who let Generation X off the hook. You're right, it's all our fault. We weren't, well, we had parents that were living out of the house because they were working all the time. So we had, latchkey kids. There's plenty of videos explaining that shit. Here's the thing. So you got a bunch of Gen Xers who raised this generation of kids, and they coddled them. They held their hands. Their parents weren't there, so they wanted to be, but they didn't know how to be parents. They didn't know how to let you get out on your own and deal with shit. So what they did was they coddled you. They held your hand. They pampered you. They made life so fucking easy for you because they had it rough. And you're all a bunch of fucking pussies. That's it. Simple as that. Quit whining, quit bitching, quit being offended. Who the fuck cares if you're offended? There is no right to not be offended, but there is a right to freedom of speech. So, the Gen Xers, I fall into this category since I was born in 1980, tend to be a little bit more experienced in our childhood because we were doing adult level shit in grade school. 5th, 6th grade, I had 5 hours before my mom came home and chores that I could get done rushing in about 2 hours. So I spent 3 hours running the streets with my friends and smoking cigarettes and being wild. Even got into a fucking knife fight when I was like in 6th grade. And all of this basically comes down to the fact that the other Gen Xers who had kids wanted to coddle their children. So now these coddled children are whiny, bitchy little crybabies. They haven't had to deal with experience. They haven't had to work. They haven't had to be self-sufficient like we had to be. Which is why as adults we're more conservative. We want the government to leave us the fuck alone because we don't need a nanny state to raise us as adults because we raised ourselves as kids. To some degree. Think about that. So yes, you're right. It is Gen X's fault. You shouldn't let us off the hook. We are the reason that some of the millennials and whatever the fuck these other ones are a bunch of whiny, crying little bitch kids.